All right, dope. What's up, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
I am Pierce. This is Aidan Flynn of LoveCinema, and we were just talking about the Oscars,
That's the
and
plan.
and I just want to pick his brain on it because I don't really know about the awards or Oscar season or anything. And they're coming up when?
Next weekend, the 25th
Okay,
of April,
is that what, a Saturday night?
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Yeah, so like, first of all, how the hell does it work? How do they get nominated? Who votes? Like,
So the Academy, the voting body, is made up of people.
what kind of people?
The voting body is made up of people in Hollywood, so actors, directors, editors, cinematographers.
Is the Academy a literal school?
No,
Is it like a club?
somewhat.
Okay.
Like you have to be invited to join the Academy.
Could you be invited to the Academy?
No, I would need to contribute in some way to filmmaking. I would need to be a part of Hollywood.
Okay. So it's kind of like an elitist cult type shit.
Not really. It's more just the filmmakers voting for the awards. Like, compare the Academy to the Golden Globes, where the people that vote for the Golden Globes are literally just the Hollywood foreign press. It's just like writers and editors across the world that don't even make films at all.
So
And that's why the Golden Globes are stupid.
I see. Okay. So do the Golden Globes and the Oscars have similar award categories?
Yeah. I mean, there's your basic, Best Picture, all the actors ones. The Globes also cover television. So they'll do television shows or like limited series.
Okay.
Or
Is that what Stranger Things won?
maybe like a couple years ago.
When like the mom was like tweaking out on stage.
I think
Her
that was
eyes were
the
like-
Critics' Choice Awards
She
or
was like going
the
crazy.
SAG Awards. I don't remember what that was.
What's her name?
Winona Ryder. When she was
She's a beast.
she was just looking around at all the weird the nothings going on out there. She's an interesting person.
Yeah.
So what do we want to talk about?
So tell me about like the categories. What are like the most? Like,
Well,
first of all, are all categories televised, or are there a bunch like on the side that just don't?
so there's 23 categories this year, down from 24, because this year they combined the sound editing and sound mixing categories into one,
Okay.
which I don't really have an issue with. Most people didn't know the difference anyways, and the winners usually went hand in hand with both categories. So there was something a couple years ago where the Academy they introduced like all these new rules, and they were like, oh, we're gonna to save time on our show, we're gonna air some of the technical awards, not live, and then just play like the winners. And then everyone got mad because that's the only time that the best editor is gonna have a chance to like say hi to people,
Right.
and they're basically going, no, we don't care, we're gonna have
Yeah,
someone who's already won 6 Oscars have their time in the sun. So
They're just trying
everyone
to get
got
more view time, probably.
basically their viewership has gone down. No one's really watching the Oscars anymore, and it's a 3-hour show that sometimes is really slow and boring. So yeah, basically they introduced a bunch of new ideas. They had an idea for best popular film because they were trying to include like superhero movies and figure out a way for like Wonder Woman to like win an Oscar or like Endgame because they're trying to get the young kids to watch.
So
and
how
then
would you gauge that? Just
well,
by like
that was
pop culture. Type?
film Twitter was like, what's the best popular film?
Yeah.
Like, what is a popular film? Is it, I guess, to go by box office? Is it by like the budget of the movie, the studio? Like, there's no real way. What's the criteria for that?
Right.
So everyone they were just like, this is a dumb idea. And then after a few months, the Academy was like, we will no longer be airing the technical categories off the air. We will perform them live with all the other ones, and we'll put the best popular film category in the bank for another day.
The disrespect, dude. That's brutal.
And everyone was like, yay! No one watches our telecast.
So what categories are you most excited for this year?
I I mean, mostly just the acting ones, honestly. There's lots of new actors, people that haven't won before. Chadwick Boseman, who
R.I.P.
Black Panther, who died last year.
Beast.
He's been a great actor for a long time. He's in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and he is projected to win this year if everything goes according to plan.
Is there a plan?
No, but when you win pretty much every award show, you can see based off of the award shows that happened earlier in the year, because
like
the
a trickle
Oscars,
down.
the Oscars are they're the last big show at the end of the year, and there is one award show in particular called the Screen Actors Guild Awards, or the SAG Awards, that happened like last week, and that voting body is entirely actors. It's the Screen Actors Guild. So all the actors in movies have to be in the Screen Actors Guild, basically. It's the union.
Okay.
And that voting body makes up the majority of the Academy. The majority of the Academy is actors. So when it comes to what they pick, what the SAG Awards pick for their winners, most of the time that carries over to an Oscar win. Not all the time. But in Chadwick Boseman's case, and some of the other actors this year, when they win every single award show, they win the SAG Award, they win the Golden Globe, they win the Critics' Choice Award, they win the BAFTA.
He's a shoo-in.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But then there are others, like actress in a leading role, for instance.
Yeah.
That one's kind of all over the place. Frances McDormand for Nomadland won the Golden Globe.
Yeah.
But
to see that.
Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom won the SAG Award. So that kind of puts her in the conversation, even though a lot of people were kind of putting her in like the third spot. It was Frances McDormand and Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman, which we'll watch sometime. I've seen it, but you'll like it. So yeah, that's basically you can kind of look at the different award shows that have already happened, and that helps you predict, but it doesn't always mean that's what's going to win.
My question is, are there any like dope movies nominated that like I wouldn't even know about, like the public eye isn't aware of? Like, what are the Best Picture nominees? Because I probably haven't even seen any of them.
The Best Picture nominees there's 8 of them this year, so they have, I think it's 7 to 10. They have it's like a flexible window of 7 to 10 nominees that can be nominated each year. It used to be
the strength of the year.
Yeah, it used to be 5 up until like 2009 or 2008. It was when The Dark Knight didn't get a Best Picture nomination. They then expanded the category to a flexible. They've changed it a lot of times over the past, because the Oscars have been around for almost 100 years.
Right.
So it's been like 10 just flat across the board in years before. It's been 5. It's been 8 to 10. It's all over the place. So there's 8 this year. The nominees are The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Haven't seen any of them.
And you haven't seen any of them. Yeah, I mean...
Which one do you think's going to win?
I think Nomadland is pretty much a shoo-in at this point.
Dope. The
The
trailer for that shit looked dope.
It's won pretty much everything. I think it'll continue to win stuff. I don't see why it shouldn't. I'm perfectly happy with it winning. There are some films that I enjoyed more than Nomadland, but I don't have an issue with it winning. I'm perfectly fine with it winning. I liked it a lot.
Are there any other categories that have to do with like the whole film?
Well, there's like animated feature film.
Okay.
There's animated films.
There's like short films.
There's short films. There's documentary. There's there's feature length documentaries, and there's a short documentary.
Okay.
Excuse me. There's live action short film and animated short film. That's pretty much the only like film award, though. International film, formerly known as foreign film, which they changed to international film because the people started asking, what makes a film foreign? What happens if a film, is in English, but it's from Korea or something?
Right. International definitely describes it better.
It sounds a lot better, especially being like, oh, this thing is very foreign.
Right.
It just sounds kind of weird because, why
That's so
it's
vague.
not foreign.
Yeah.
Just because something is Japanese doesn't mean it's like foreign to the U.S.
Right. Well, it's foreign to your understanding.
At all. So yeah, that's pretty much all the categories for like single films by themselves. Everything else is, writing, sound, the score, best song, which is a stupid category in my opinion. Not a stupid category, but it needs work.
What do people make songs specifically for a movie?
Yeah,
but in the score, or
it's usually
like Let It Go or some shit.
Sometimes it's Let It Go. So if it's a musical, that would be the case when a song from the movie that they sing in the movie would be nominated for like Best Picture or Best Song. Okay. But a lot of the time, and what is I think 4 out of 5 this year is it's a song that plays over the end credits. So your movie about Judas and the Black Messiah ends, and spoiler alert, people are dead, and you're like, oh no, this is terrible. And then it's like, inspirational song starts playing. So
like an original.
Yeah, but this is why I don't really like the category, or I think maybe we just need more musicals. Because like a movie like La La Land, that won Best Original Song, and
that was a dope movie.
It was.
Shout out
Seb's Jazz Club.
Yeah, that whole thing was a musical, bro. That was dope.
Yeah. So I don't have an issue.
What's wrong with it? Like, what is it? Just weak? Like, there's not a lot of options.
I couldn't even tell you what the winner last year was.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Honestly, were like any of the
I don't know.
Were any of the Black Panther songs like for the movie? That score was all...
The SZA one was All the Stars or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But she didn't perform it, I don't think. Or maybe she did.
Did Sunflower get nominated for heckin' Spider-Verse?
Heckin' Spider-Man? I'd have to... No.
That song, first of all, is dope. And second of all, just like that, when I think of that movie, I think of freaking Post Malone and Sway Lee.
So the last few Oscar winners for Best Original Song last year was the Elton John song from Rocket Man, the movie about Elton John.
Yeah, but that's not an original song.
It is. It was a brand new song that he wrote.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It was in the credits.
That's dope.
And then the year before was Shallow, Lady Gaga in A Star Is Born, which that was a good one. That was a good movie. That was a good song. I'm glad it won. The year before that was Remember Me from Coco.
I don't care about the other ones, dude.
But yeah, basically every other year it's like song that's in the movie, song that's in the credits.
Remember Me was credits?
No, that was in the actual movie.
I never saw that. Was
but
that
like
good?
the James Bond songs, Sam Smith, Writings on the Wall.
Didn't Billie Eilish write a song for James Bond?
She did, but that movie got pushed back.
Oh, so it's not this season?
So it's not, no. Otherwise, it probably would be nominated.
Nominated for sure.
But yeah, basically, if you look back at it, at the winners in the past like 10 years or so, it's like, Toy Story 3, the song from the Muppet movie, which I didn't know won Best Original Song, so that's fun. That was a good movie.
Right, but like this is how kind of irrelevant that category is.
Yeah, it's aside from Shallow.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean, music, don't get me wrong, music and score, do they have a best score?
They do.
Okay, well then. I think score is way more
vital to like a movie. I agree.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like the original songs are more of like a cash grab, just to like get on the charts.
It's usually like it's like a Pixar film or it's a rousing film of like it's like a civil rights film of some kind, and then there's a song at the end.
I didn't see.
Or those are the nominees, I guess. The winners.
For this,
the winners change.
I mean, that shit can be mad inspiring though. If you have a good song in like a really powerful movie that people can like run with and like really empower them.
Do you remember the song "Glory" from a few years ago by John Legend and
yeah. What movie is that from?
Selma.
I never saw it, but I know the song because it was all over the charts.
It was Common and John Legend. Did you know the song, or did you just see the page I was looking at?
No. Glory.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, okay.
That's a bang.
Okay.
Yeah. But all right, let's wrap it up. So, what can we expect next Sunday night? Not like the whole thing, but like, how do you feel it's gonna run, especially with COVID, all that crap? Like,
so they're doing. It's not just from one location. Usually, it's in the Kodak Theater in Los Angeles. They're doing part of it in the Kodak Theater, and then part of it in New York, Union Station or something. So I think they will have. I'm not entirely sure because the Golden Globes were pretty much virtual. They had the presenters at like the.
is this gonna be some boring ass like Zoom shit?
Probably, I think it'll be less boring ass Zoom shit than other award shows this year.
I mean, the Grammys were pretty dope. A lot of that shit was live.
I didn't watch the Grammys live. I watched a little bit afterwards.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, that was interesting. So I think the presenters will be live. I don't know how many of the winners will be live, if any. So it might just be them at home on their couch, which is kind of fun because you get to see like all the people on the screen and they're with their families or their dog or whatever. Some of them are wearing hoodies at the Golden Globes.
Respect.
Like, who was it? Jason Sudeikis was in like London filming a show or a movie, and he was like, 3 hours ahead, so it was like 1 a.m, and he's wearing a hoodie, and everyone else is wearing like tuxes and stuff.
That's great. Good for him.
So I think this is a really exciting year. There's lots of new stuff. This is the first time we've ever had 2 women nominated in the Best Directing category.
Oh, let's go, dude.
And a woman is most likely going to win. Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, which will make her only the second woman to win.
That movie's groundbreaking, isn't it? At least in a progressive sense, and like pushing the boundaries of like the gender norms and all that crap.
I think Hollywood has just finally accepted Chloe Zhao because the way she makes her films, she uses real life people. So Nomadland, she takes Frances McDormand, the main actress, and she puts her in a, she's surrounded by nomads. All the nomads are played by real live nomads who live that life. They're not professional actors.
Bro, I gotta heck and see that movie.
There's like one other professional actor in the movie. So, and she's done this with multiple films. It's her 3rd film.
What a genius.
So, I think Hollywood, she almost made the cut a few years ago for The Rider. A lot of people were pushing that for Oscars. Didn't make the Oscars. It won a bunch of independent awards. But that kind of, put her on the stage. And then with Nomadland, I think people just finally were like, this is awesome. It's different. It's not necessarily groundbreaking, but it's very different from what you usually see, especially at the Oscars. So I'm just excited because we have a lot of new bodies that have never been nominated before. It's gonna be a good time.
That's dope.
It's gonna be a good time for sure.
Well, thank you everyone Wow, I can't speak. Thank you to everyone for tuning in and listening to my ignorant ass ask this intelligent ass questions, and be sure to just like tune in. This dude's got like mad predictions written out, so tune in this week.
We have a Oscars corner over on LoveCinema, Theplatform.network /LoveCinema.
Looks dope.
And we'll be updating with predictions and different stuff from here until Oscar night.
And I'm going to get him to live stream the Oscars. He's having an Oscars party.
I've thought about that.
You got to do it.
I've genuinely thought about that, but it's just me sitting in front of my computer.
Just rip shots every time you get a prediction wrong.
Jesus Christ.
That'd be sick.
Last year I shit the bed on my predictions, so maybe don't listen to me, but last year was a whole different year.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
But
we'll see how it all pans out.
I have thought about live streaming. I might live stream.
You should.
Except you're not going to be there, so it'll be me by myself.
You and Joe can just
in front of my TV,
eat nachos and be Bert. Anyways, all right. Peace out.
Thanks for
Much
stopping
love.
by. We'll be seeing you later.